Be live.
Okay, let's do this thing. Welcome everybody, Gaming Mike here, along with AC Gamer. It's Jolt time. We're going to talk about the news.
Welcome, welcome everyone, one and all, to the Jolt.
Hi AC Gamer.
Hey Mike.
How have you been?
Great. It's a beautiful
Fantastic.
Sunday afternoon. Blue skies out.
Afternoon for us.
Yep.
That's right. We got Tricky in the chat across the pond over in the UK. Dinner time for them. We got Kendall Southwick. Hello, Kendall. Thanks for joining us. Pleasure to be here. So Jolt is where we talk about game news, entertainment news, and goings-on in those worlds. That's what it is. It's real simple. We do it. We've been doing it once a week for a while, and it seems to be going okay. So we're going to do it this week.
Yes, indeed.
I'm going to have to come up with a spiel for Jolt. I still need to make a thumbnail, too. I've been slacking. Slacking, I tells ya. But we need to catch up from something we failed to do last week, which was talk about a couple of TV finales that happened that we did not discuss. We got the Ahsoka finale most of all. There was... Oh, and this will contain spoilers. If you haven't caught up on Ahsoka yet, then look out. Because we definitely have watched it, and we're definitely going to talk about it. I think we should start there. AC Gamer, what do you think? What did we fail to talk about this Ahsoka finale? Because it was really good.
Yeah, I guess kind of just like our overall thoughts on the series and how we thought it ended. I really enjoyed it. I've heard mixed things on the internet. I think a lot of people were kind of left in shock that there was kind of like no clear resolution to like, you know, any of the characters. So that being said, they have the Dave Filoni, the guy who's basically like the head of the Star Wars TV universe right now.
Yeah.
You know, they've already said that he's going to be filming a movie, which is basically going to be sort of a adaptation of Heir to the Empire, the book series.
Okay.
Trilogy that is going to sort of involve all of the characters that, you know, he's created so far, including, you know, the Mando, Din Djarin, Grogu, and the characters introduced in Ahsoka, in Boba Fett, and apparently the next series called Skeleton Crew, which is going to star Jude Law and have a few returning characters. I forgot his name, but he's like the rebel pilot who's been showing up in like all the shows. He was in Mando.
Oh, yeah. He's like the through character, right? Yeah, what's his name? I don't remember. A rebel. Oops, I can't type. Pilot in Mandalorian. Who's this guy? Aurelios?
Really?
No, that's Zeb. Nope.
Zeb. He was in the Mando too.
Here's his picture. Arsentiva?
Yes, and Arsentiva.
Arsentiva. Yeah, he's been in all these series. He's great.
Yeah, so
from the Wikipedia. Oh yeah, he's okay.
Yeah. Anyways, he's gonna pull all those people into the movie, and then but then they're also saying there might be a possibility now that there could be a an Ahsoka season 2. I think they.
Well, I hope so.
Yeah, because they kind of like set off a chain of events that could lay the groundwork for a new series.
Yeah.
So basically, once again, spoilers for everyone. We kind of leave off the series with Thrawn basically gets away. He returns to the known galaxy, but Ezra was he's a little trickster. He's a little hitchhiker. So
oh man, how about that force leap onto the ship with the boost from Sabine?
Yeah,
wasn't that a scene? Oh great. My goodness.
That's also a homage to Rebels because him and Kanan would do that a lot.
Yeah, this is basically Rebels season 5, right?
Basically. I think well, as far as like a lot of thoughts, like a lot of people were just like, I don't want to watch 10 seasons of a cartoon so I know who these characters are. I think the show does. I think the show does a well enough job to like onboard people who have never watched the series.
It's easy enough to pick up. Like, you don't necessarily have to have watched those. I think they do. Yeah, they do a good enough job of this standing on its own that the cartoon watching I don't think is required.
Yeah,
which it should be. It shouldn't be. I mean, you can't expect everybody to do that. It's got to be accessible to people just getting into it.
Sure, and it's like anything Star Wars. It's like, you don't have to go watch the prequels to, enjoy the original series or vice versa.
Yeah. Or the latest trilogy.
Yeah.
Right? Am I right? Mm-hmm. The best trilogy?
Yeah, the best trilogy. Everyone loves it.
Everyone. Richard Huntington, welcome to it, by the way. Thanks for joining us. Yes, we failed to talk about this last week.
But yeah, anyways, so yeah, Ahsoka and Sabine are stranded in this new galaxy. So are Shin Hati and Baylan Skoll.
Yeah, that was the part that bothered me the most, was just leaving those two. Where the hell is Baylan Skoll going? Where the hell is he going? What is he doing? They didn't resolve that at all, and that made me mad. I wanted some more resolution out of what was going on. He's standing on a mountain. He's looking at a light off in the distance. Okay, why? What is it?
Yeah, the whole it is all kind of like very Lord of the Rings. There's like lots of homages to Lord of the Rings in the whole series.
It was way Lord of the Ringsy, especially those big carvings that he was standing on looked just like the those big sentinel carvings in the on the cliffs that they rode the boat past in Lord of the Rings. I think the first one.
Yeah. Well, the carvings, the big statues that he's on top of, are another callback to the Clone Wars. They're called the Mortis gods, and they're like sort of like physical embodiments of the Force. Like there's the Father, the Daughter, and the Son, and the Son represents the dark side. The Daughter represents the light side, and the Father is supposed to be the balance. So they're kind of alluding to, this has something to do with those guys. And if there's any like arc in the Clone Wars that you should go watch, go back to, it's the arc of Mortis, where Anakin, Ahsoka, and Obi-Wan visit this planet and they meet these three gods. And I won't spoil anything about that, but things go haywire, and so that's why Ahsoka is very like tied to the Daughter. And if you've seen that owl at the very end, that's like watching her.
Yeah,
that's supposed to represent the Daughter. And if you watch the Clone Wars and Rebels, you'll see that owl like following Ahsoka everywhere.
Nice. Yeah, I did watch a little recap of the Mortis God stuff on New Rockstars, which does great recaps of some shows that I watch.
Yeah. So if they do a season 2, I'd love to see like where they're going to take it. If it doesn't have if it's not tying into the movie, I have a feeling that the movie's going to more focus on Thrawn, and then like maybe Ezra now is going to be like the protagonist of that. But so no, I'm excited to see what they do. Hopefully they are able to start filming soon, so we don't have to wait 100 years.
Yeah. SAG strike's still going. We'll see. At least they can write it now, right? I think they can get writing on it.
Yeah, they can put pen to
Hopefully.
paper and, I guess, do some pre-production stuff, but unless they got to get their actors.
Yeah. Toker, welcome to it as well. Thanks for joining us.
So yeah, it's a darn shame about the passing of Ray Stevenson. Because it looked like they were setting up his character for big things, so...
They're going to have to recast him, right?
I think so, yeah.
I mean, because there's definitely more to see from Baylan Skoll, unless they just, like, off-screen explain how he did some stuff and died. Maybe Shin Hati is like, oh, that guy? No, he got lost and died.
Yeah. Well, and she's definitely going to come back.
Yeah, she just goes and joins the local thugs.
Yeah, she's just like...
I'm
going to be like...
Definitely not Tusken Raiders.
Yeah, I'm going to be this, like, barbarian queen now.
Yeah.
She's like, good for her.
Maybe bad for the rest of the galaxy, the new galaxy. I don't know. Shin Hati was... Baylan and Shin were, like, brand new characters for this series, right? Not from any previous books or... other shows?
Yeah, they were brand new, and they kind of like offhandedly explained like Baylan was a former Jedi who somehow survived Order 66, and apparently he
got real jaded, turned his lightsaber orange.
Yeah, he was like a jaded Jedi, and because he told everyone he met, he was telling, like, we're not Jedi, we're not Sith, we're our own thing.
Yeah. Did you see Baylan Skoll's belt? Looks like it has a kyber crystal on it. I'm trying to find a picture. But the belt he was wearing, it looked like it was probably his old kyber crystal from his old days.
Oh, really? Interesting.
Yeah. I can't find a close-up of it, though. Oh, well. Yeah, some belt he was rocking.
Nice. Yeah, because I was wondering, like, and that's another thing they didn't explain. Why are their sabers orange? How'd they do that?
Yeah. Yeah, I want to know about that. And nobody's had an orange one before, right? Is that the first orange sabers we've ever seen in this show, in the Star Wars?
Yeah, in live action. I think you can get an orange saber in the video games, but yeah, that's the first time you see it on screen.
Oh, here we go. Oh, that's a video, though. He does, yeah, green kyber crystal on his belt. Enhance. Oh no. Yeah, I've got it on screen. You can sort of see it in this picture. It's a green crystal on his belt buckle. That's all it is.
Okay, interesting.
But most likely a kyber crystal.
So that implies that they found their crystals, and then, because normally, evil Jedi and Sith, they'll bleed their crystal red, like they use like dark energies to like turn their crystal red.
Dang.
According to the lore.
How did Mace Windu get his purple?
There is like a comic or a story that explains that he basically found it. Because he used to have a blue lightsaber, but then he got this really rare purple crystal on some kind of mission or something.
He was given a purple kyber crystal as a reward for saving the natives of a certain planet. He accidentally caused one of the natives to fall into a gorge and sustain serious injuries, but he healed the native with the help of the Force. As a way of thanks, the natives gave Windu purple crystals, which he used to assemble his lightsaber. Wow. I had no idea.
There you go. I think
The more you know.
I think in the live act, I mean, in the actual behind the scenes, Sam Jackson wanted a very, very unique lightsaber.
Yeah. Yeah, the real world explanation is he just demanded it.
Yeah. And so George Lucas gave him just like, yeah, he's got a purple saber and it's the hilt is gold, so it's a pimp saber.
Yeah. The orange tint of Skull and Hati's lightsabers is meant to distinguish them from the Sith, perhaps indicating something unorthodox in the construction of their lightsabers or their connection to the Force, as a brand new breed of dark side wielders entirely. Oh, goodness. Wow.
Wow. Anyways, we know for sure Hati will be back because she's like the latest like Star Wars fandom crush.
Yeah, what is this actress's name? She looks like she's trying to do a Scarlett Johansson impression so bad all the time. And a pretty good one.
I think she's.
But what's her name?
She's like from Scandinavia or something.
Ivana Sakno. Okay. Oh, Ukrainian. Known for her roles as Cadet Victoria in the sci-fi monster film. Oh, she was in Pacific Film Uprising. Okay. She was in The Spy Who Dumped Me. Right on. The Spy Who Dumped Me. Is this Anne Hathaway? No. Oh, Mila Kunis, Kate McKinnon, Justin Theroux. I never saw this. I like Kate McKinnon, though. Oh, I remember seeing this poster, though. Okay, Shin Hati was in this stupid rom-com with Mila Kunis and Kate McKinnon. Great.
I think they'll probably refer to her as the girl who was in Ahsoka now, instead of the girl who was in The Spy Zombie.
I think this will put her on... Yeah, it's going to put her on the map for sure. I'm sure she was just some side character in these other things, it seems like. Hell yeah. Well, good for her.
Yeah. What about you? What are your... I've been dabbling. What are your impressions?
Yeah. My impressions of Ahsoka? I loved it. I think this TV era of Star Wars is some of the best Star Wars that's ever been made. That's my opinion. I think they're doing better things with these series than they've done in the movies my entire life. And that I'm talking like Mandalorian right through Ahsoka. I think the way they've done it, the way they've handled it, the stories that they're telling have been just fantastic. So, yeah, it's got my recommendation.
I agree.
The lightsaber battles throughout this show, Ahsoka especially, the lightsaber fights have been phenomenal.
Oh, definitely. I think they've done like a good balance between, you know, the classic sort of lightsaber duels and the kind of over-the-top crazy ones from the prequel series.
Yeah.
I think they've got a good balance where they're not too ridiculous, but they're still really exciting.
Yeah. You know what I'd like to see is Ahsoka fight some clone of Giancarlo Esposito as whatever his character's name was.
Oh, Gideon? Moff Gideon?
Yeah, Gideon. Moff Gideon. I want to see him fight Ahsoka. That'd be dope.
I don't know. They dropped a spaceship on that guy. I'm not sure if he's
Yeah, but he had so many clones, man. He could come back so easily. All he needs is a warehouse full of clones on some other planet, and why wouldn't he have that? Why wouldn't he?
Yeah, they definitely could.
If he doesn't, I'm disappointed in him.
Giancarlo is just like, Gaming Mike said I had to come back to Star Wars, so I guess.
And I know you're watching. I know you're watching out there, Gus Fring.
He's our number one fan.
Pay attention. Yeah, and I think they wrapped it up well. Aside from Baylan Skoll and, well, I'm not so much worried about Shin Hati. I get what she's doing now, but the lack of closure on Baylan Skoll's whole thing did not sit well with me. That was the only thing I didn't like about this one. I wanted more.
Yeah, I mean, they have some time to figure out what they want to do with that. So
yeah,
I'm sure they'll recast with somebody who's they got big shoes to fill. So I'm sure we'll get somebody really good.
Yeah, let's hope so.
Let's
hope so.
They did that a lot in Game of Thrones, where they would have to recast a character, but
true. It can be done, yeah, and it's not really that big of a deal usually. It's just he was really good in that role, Ray Stevenson. He was doing really great with it. I thought. So that's Ahsoka. There was a couple other shows that also ended that I meant to mention last week, but we didn't. Only Murders in the Building being one of them. Tricky, if you haven't watched it yet, I'll try to avoid any major spoilers. I just want to talk about this show really quick. It's got Steve Martin, Martin Short, and Selena Gomez. And the three of them make just a delightful trio of little mystery solvers. They're like podcasters that start a podcast about a murder that happens in their building that they live in. And it's gone 3 seasons now. There's 3 full seasons out. And it's just really fun to watch, especially if you like Steve Martin and Martin Short, which I do. They're both fantastic in this one. And Selena Gomez, I don't know. She's kind of a cardboardy type of actress in this show. She's very, like, stiff and wooden. But it's funny to watch these 2 old guys play off her as their third in the team. There's lots of jokes, you know, generation gap jokes that they get away with that are pretty great with that mix. So, yeah.
Nice.
Only Murders. And they just wrapped season 3. It's on Hulu. You can watch that. There was also Wheel of Time on Amazon Prime. This wrapped up its 2nd season just recently. It's based on the Robert Jordan books, which I've never read, but I'm thinking I might give them a go. I always heard they were good. Did you ever read Wheel of Time, AC?
No, that's one that kind of passed me by. But, yeah. I mean, very beloved, and people apparently, like, the people who love the book either really like the series or really don't like it, from what I've
and the series itself is this. The opinions are pretty mixed, but I feel like it's a pretty, like, middle of the road kind of series. Like, it's got some cool effects, it's got some cool storylines. The acting is pretty hit or miss depending on the scene. Some of the actors are, I don't think, that great. But Rosamund Pike is. I really like her. She's plays Moiraine, like the main. Well, it's a pretty ensemble cast, but she's one of the main characters. But that's on Amazon Prime. It just wrapped the 2nd season, and I have been watching it. And like I say, middle of the road. It's a middling kind of series that is just okay. But if you like the fantasy and the magic stuff, it's got that. It's got that going all over the place. Yep. Just all over the place.
Kind of gives me the vibes of his Dark Materials. That show.
I don't know if I know that one.
Watch that one. That one's the one that's based on the Golden Compass trilogy.
Oh, okay.
And that show was...
I've heard of those.
That show was okay. It was alright.
Yeah. Okay shows.
Okay shows.
Those are the finales. Okay, so those are the finales. I think that's all the finales. Was there anything else finale-wise? No. Oh, but then I started watching Gen V, and that's like 5 episodes in now. That's also on Prime. And it is in the Boys universe. The Boys is another series they've got on Prime. And it is a superhero... it's a superhero thing. It's superheroes, but it's very bloody. It's very sweary. It's very adult. And then, that's... Yeah, The Boys is like, centers around the Seven, which is like the Justice League, basically. There's a Superman and a Batman and a Wonder Woman and all that. They don't call them that, you know, it's a different universe. And then Gen V is based around some college kids at this university for kids with powers. So that's where that one's picking off. A little bit younger cast. And they're all, like, aspiring to be superheroes, but they gotta go to college first and learn about how their parents are all really messed up and did a bunch of shady stuff in the past, and it's all come back to haunt everybody. But it's good so far. I like the writing in this. It's Eric Kripke, I think. Is that the name? Or, I think that's his name. Yeah, Eric Kripke. Is the showrunner. He did The Boys also, and he did, I'm trying to say, Supernatural. He was the creator of Supernatural, among other shows. So, it's a pretty good one from him. A real adult look at superhero stuff. It's kind of like if Zack Snyder's Justice League had been allowed to be rated R. It's kind of like that. Yeah,
it's a very, like, bleak take on, you know, superhero stuff. Kind of like Invincible is kind of the same way as well.
Yeah, Invincible goes along well with the Boys stuff.
Yeah, Boys. Do any of the characters from the Boys show up in this show?
No, I don't believe they're like in the same universe, but Seth Rogen's been in both, I think. Or no, Seth Rogen's a producer on The Boys and Gen V, and he was a voice in...
Do any of the characters from The Boys show up in Gen V?
Oh, yeah, they do. Definitely. A couple of cameos in the first episode, and then I think there's been a little cameo, like somebody on TV or something in each episode so far.
Okay.
Of Gen V.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So it's definitely fully integrated into that universe, and it's happening. I think the series are running concurrently, like in real time for the universe, so I think it's all one timeline that they're releasing through the multiple shows.
Huh. Yeah, maybe I'll hop onto The Boys. I watched all the way through Invincible, which I thought was really great.
Nice. Yeah, The Boys is good. Homelander is freaky. He's the Superman character in The Boys, and he is
The worst.
Scary intimidating.
Yeah, speaking of that, both him and Omni-Man from Invincible are DLC characters in Mortal Kombat.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. I just saw there was some test footage.
Yeah.
And Omni-Man in... There we go. Mortal Kombat 1.
Yep, and it's Jake.
Yeah, they're pulling in a bunch of stuff into this game. Oh, yeah, Peacemaker's coming to Mortal Kombat 1 also.
And it's J.K. Simmons voicing him, too, so... You get to,
oh, excellent.
You get to play... Basically, he basically just looks like a buff J.K. Simmons.
Yeah.
Which is great.
Yeah. Super buff. Omni-Man. Matt Seaton's in the chat. Hey, Matt, thanks for joining us. Homelander. Goodness. So, there we go. What about you? Did you start any series? Oh, and we should talk about Loki, too. But did you start any other series before we talk about Loki?
Oh, yeah. Besides Loki, I started watching... I watched the first few episodes of the new Castlevania series on Netflix.
Oh, yeah, nice.
The first Castlevania series, which ran for 4 seasons, kind of adapted... It's a loose adaptation of Castlevania 3 with Trevor Belmont and Alucard.
Nice.
And no, it was really rad. It was cool. The first season is a little slow to start, but then like it really picks up where they're just like fighting vampire after vampires, and really great cast, compelling characters. I forget who plays Dracula. I think it's Jason Isaac plays Dracula, if I'm correct.
Oh, excellent. That's a great voice to have in your cartoon.
Yeah. Yeah, they had a really great cast who escapes me currently. But yeah, the new one is called Castlevania Nocturne, and it's basically an adaptation of Castlevania Rondo of Blood with what's his name? Richter Belmont. And
oh yeah, nice.
And that one's also sort of a prequel to Symphony of the Night. And so they haven't revealed them yet, but I'm sure we're going to get some Alucard action in this series.
Symphony of the Night was a fantastic video game. One
of the best. So yeah, and it's really good so far. They kind of like retcon that it takes place during the French Revolution. And so our main characters, Richter and his lady friend, are like revolutionites during the revolution, and it turns out the French aristocracy that everyone's raging against, they're all vampires.
Damn it. I hate it when that happens.
So we don't have to...
What's the series called? The new series? Castlevania what?
Nocturne.
Nocturne.
So yeah, you don't have to feel bad when they eventually like chop off their heads. I'm assuming.
Yeah, well, the French like that kind of thing anyway. Shall we say? Gonna get in trouble.
But yeah, no, that was a good show. I definitely want to watch it all, and hopefully to make more. But
Actor Matt says Symphony of the Night is his all-time favorite game. Amazing. It was good. It was so good.
Nice.
Metroidvania style.
So definitely tune into this show, because I guess this is sort of like the prequel, basically.
Yeah. Sweet. And then Loki. Loki season 2 has begun. What are we, 2 episodes?
Yep, 2 episodes in. Have you watched it all?
I've watched both.
What'd you think?
Richard Huntington says Loki is just plain confusing, and it is getting pretty out there. Let's see. So this will be spoilery talk for those who haven't seen Loki. You might want to watch out if you're avoiding spoilers.
I mean, it's just beginning, so there's not a whole lot to spoil anyway. So
yeah, it's only the first 2 episodes. We're picking up from season 2 after Sylvie kicked him through that time door back to the TVA. Nobody knew who he was. He finds out he's in like the past of the TVA, and then he's time slipping, and he's gotta get. There was a scene where they pull him out of the time stream. The explanation for what they had to do to him was just Marvel bonkers ridiculous. He had to prune himself from all timelines and then time it just right for Owen Wilson to yank him out of the time stream back into the proper time, so that he wasn't popping through time anymore from past to future.
Yep. Yeah, it's so far the series is a whole lot of running around hallways yelling in the TVA.
Yeah, a lot of running through the hallways. And the effect on him time slipping is really cool looking. I like what they did with that. It looks cool.
Yeah, I mean,
it'd be weird as hell to experience and watch your buddy do that.
Yeah, I mean, so far the special effects that they've shown so far, they look all right. They look nice. I think my highlight is Ke Quan. He's in the show. He's the main character now.
He's playing Ouroboros.
Ouroboros?
Ouroboros.
Yeah, but I think everyone just calls him Obi.
Obi.
Yeah.
He's doing great. Yeah, he's gonna save the day, I feel like, at some point. Well, he's already saved him a couple times in 2 episodes.
Yeah, he's hilarious. Apparently he's the guy who basically kind of created the TVA, like all their technology and stuff.
Yeah, he wrote the handbook, and he makes all the goodies. He's like Q.
Yeah, exactly. He's basically Data. If Data grew up, and maybe he is like a variant of Data who just got lost in the time stream, and now he's at the TVA.
Which is a power. Yeah, he's been great. He's been great in the series so far. I'm looking forward to seeing what they do, and I want it to have some weight in the MCU as well. I want something to happen that is of substance to the rest of the MCU, because the first season they introduced Kang. They introduced him. They did some stuff with him, but it didn't really feel like it had that much weight, even though apparently it jostled the entire timeline completely, and just all sorts of other branches started branching out when they stopped that guy, and yada yada yada. But we haven't really seen that play out in the other movies or have any effect in the other movies.
Yeah.
And I want to see some of this stuff starting to have an impact on the other stuff, you know?
Yeah, I think it's they did allude that, like, right after Loki happened, that opened up the possibilities for, you know, other universes. And so I think right after Loki they had the Doctor Strange sequel, Multiverse of Madness. And I guess they implied like that couldn't happen until, you know, all this stuff in Loki went down.
See, I didn't catch that at all from the Doctor Strange movie, but that's okay. But that's something. That's something,
right? But I mean, there was no need to watch Loki to understand what was going on in Doctor Strange, so it was a little superfluous. What else?
I just wanted to have some weight.
Apparently,
I wanted to have meaning.
Yeah, apparently that's just how like X-Men are going to be introduced.
Yeah, give us the X-Men already.
Because
we got the Marvels coming out soon too, and they've already called Kamala Khan a mutant.
Yeah.
So we might get some little X-Men teases in that movie too, I'm thinking.
Yeah, which would be great. Which is so funny because when they did that in the show, in the comics, they had to go retroactively say that she was a mutant. So yeah, because originally she was supposed to be an Inhuman.
Oh, really?
But then they came up with a convoluted way to say, "Oh no, that just like awakened your X gene," or something like that.
Were the Inhumans not just mutants?
No.
Were they not? Oh, okay.
They had their whole other thing. I mean, it was a little redundant. They kind of basically were mutants. Like the Inhumans were like a race of people that were experimented on by the Kree, and like the way they unlocked their powers was through this Terrigen crystals. So like if you stumbled upon this crystal and you were an Inhuman, then all of a sudden you got, you know, some powerful powers.
Yeah.
Okay. But no, the whole Inhumans thing kind of fell apart in the Marvel universe. So.
Yeah, they can't all be winners.
Nah.
I'm curious to see. I don't have high hopes for the Marvels, but I'm curious to see what they do with it. Maybe it'll be great. Maybe. Oh no, we switched places when we use our powers. I hope it doesn't get wacky.
You don't think there are going to be any shenanigans in the show? Wacky shenanigans?
Certainly not. How could they? They're bringing back that cat though, the Flarkin. The Flarkin?
Yeah, the one who took Nick Fury's eye.
Yeah.
That's why he wears an eye patch.
That's going to be great. I mean, I'm looking forward to more of that cat in action. That's going to be cool.
Nice. And I did actually like Miss Marvel, so I'm excited to see more of her.
Yeah.
That was a good show.
Yeah, and Monica Rambeau is out there. We haven't seen her since, what, WandaVision?
Yep. That's how she got her powers, and so they're just going to be a couple of Captain Marvels just marveling around.
Just marveling. Mm-hmm. Just marveling at it all.
Being marvelous at marveling.
Like Sam Jackson marvels at this cat. In this picture I have up.
Oh yeah, and Sam Jackson will be back in the movie too.
After that thrilling Secret Invasion series that was also middle of the road.
I guess we can kind of dive board off of that and talk about how I guess Marvel TV is going to be changing up how they're doing stuff.
Oh yes, we had an article on that, didn't we?
Yeah. So apparently,
let me pull that up while you talk.
Yeah. So apparently, they were, I guess, like a third of the way filming Daredevil, the new Daredevil series, Born Again.
Yeah.
But I guess Kevin Feige just pulled the plug and fired the writers and said, "You know what? This isn't great. We gotta start from the beginning." Because apparently, so the way they've done all their Marvel shows, and I guess to also an extension like Star Wars and all their other series on Disney.
Yeah.
You know, they basically all shoot it like as, you know, just like one big movie. It's like one big production. Like they film all the episodes, you know, before any of them, you know, come out. So from my understanding, I guess they're going to switch gears and kind of film it more like traditional television, where they're basically going through production right up until like they start premiering. So that way they get a little bit more leeway to change things as it premieres. You know, they're able to like get audience reaction and you know, ratings and, you know, reviews. That way, you know, they're still basically production is still up. So if they have time to, they'll have time to, you know, rewrite or reshoot.
Yeah, probably not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Some of these series that they're doing have just come out as kind of duds. Like nobody seems that interested, and they're not performing the way they want them to.
Yep. And also, they're basically all of Disney's VFX houses. You know, they authorized to go on strike, or not to go on strike, but to form a union.
Yeah.
And so that way they have a little bit more, you know, they have collective bargaining power to basically say, hey, first of all, you're not paying us enough. And also what you're asking for is ridiculous. And that's why it comes out so, like, you know, crappy sometimes.
Yeah.
You know, like, it's not every movie, but like a lot of the VFX, like especially on the Ant-Man, Quantumania, ooh, it looked really bad. There's just people just like, you could tell it's just like people walking around a big green screen looking at nothing, reacting to nothing.
They've got that big magical set where they like
the volume,
everything. Yeah. They can put up all those backgrounds and stuff. But yeah, some of the effects have been lacking in the last few Marvel productions too.
Yeah, I think the thing with the volume is, it's really cool, and you're able to like save a lot of money as far as like set design or travel locations and stuff. It just depends on like how you use it, because it's really effective like when you actually have actual sets kind of built in the volume. So
yeah,
that helps it out. But if you're just like placing an actor just like in this big empty room walking around, you can tell.
Oh wow, what an alien landscape. Yeah, you can definitely tell. I've got high hopes for Daredevil. I hope they do this thing justice.
Yeah.
It's crazy. They're doing a lot. 18 episodes? That's big for a Marvel show. That's like 3 seasons worth.
Yeah, I know. So, yeah, that's a lot of, television to shoot in one go. And, like, if the first couple episodes drop and people already hate it, then...
yeah.
That's not great. That's like, they can already tell, like, they wasted their money.
Yeah. Oh, there's also a tweet from Vincent D'Onofrio about the whole thing, saying somebody tweeted that one of his tweets aged poorly because he was excited about it. He responded saying, "Unless you really know what's going on, there's a chance you could be wrong about this statement. We're going to bring forward the best series we can, one we can be proud of. Have some trust, my friend. Trust," Vincent D'Onofrio said. So, I mean, I hope so. I hope so, Vincent.
Yeah,
but
I mean,
we'll see.
It's him and Charlie Cox, and no word on if they're... Apparently, John Bernthal is also supposed to be in the show, the Punisher.
Oh, great. Yeah, I was wondering how many of the Defenders they'll be bringing along. I'm guessing all of them. I'm sure we'll see all the Defenders.
Oh, yeah. I mean...
I would assume.
You gotta be crazy not to. All those shows were great.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll bring back She-Hulk, because she and Daredevil had a thing going on.
That's right. They could bring her back too. Plus, I want to see what Colleen Wing's up to, right?
Oh,
Didn't she get the powers? The Iron Fist powers? Isn't she Iron Fist now?
Yeah, her and Misty Knight. Apparently they were supposed to have their own series before Netflix canceled it all.
They never did get around to that one, which is too bad. Huh. Daredevil. We hope so. What else is happening?
I think that's all for like television, unless there's anything else.
Television? Oh, the Great British Bake Off has begun. We should mention that as well. There's a couple episodes of that out on Netflix. They're rolling out weekly.
Oh yeah? Are you a Bake Off head?
Hell yeah. I'm a bake head. I'm a soggy bottom boy.
Oh, no.
No soggy bottoms.
No
soggy bottoms. That's what Paul Hollywood likes.
Yeah.
It looks like they have, what, some new hosts this year? There was an article posted. Let's take a look. Tricky shared this one with us in the Discord. And, of course, everybody who's watching, feel free to jump in the Discord, join in the discussion. We're posting the news articles throughout the week. Yeah, new host, Allison Hammond. Previously unfamiliar to many American viewers. But it sounds like everybody really likes her. So that's fantastic. Who did she replace? Is Noel Fielding still around? Looks like he is. So they got rid of Matt... What's his face? Nardal? That's too bad. He was fun. I loved having Nardal on there.
That's all I know is that that they had Nardal.
Yeah. Yeah. They had Nardal. Oh, Matt Lucas. There it is. Thanks, Tricky. Matt Lucas. So yeah, new host, new season of the Bake Off. Don't miss it if you're a bakehead like me. This is a great weekend show to watch with like morning coffee on the weekends when you don't have much to do. That's what I like about it.
Was he a great host? I feel like everybody just doesn't like that guy. Because Doctor Who fans definitely hated Nardal.
Oh man, I'm about back to the Nardal episodes right now in my rewatch of Doctor Who with Junior, and I'm looking forward to it. Oh, really? I love Nardal. Yeah, Nardal's great.
I guess maybe I just didn't like him because the Doctor didn't like him.
Oh yeah. Well, look, the Doctor doesn't know everything, okay? The Doctor doesn't know everything. We just got into the Capaldi seasons.
Nice.
His beginning, his eyebrowy beginning.
Nice.
It's nice to see him again.
Get into Clara and gym class.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we just met Danny Pink in our rewatch.
Danny Pink. Love me, Danny Pink.
Any other TV? I think that does it for TV stuff, yeah?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, we can talk about video games, which is why we started this whole shindig.
Hey, that's right. Did you hear that Microsoft finally actually bought Activision Blizzard and it's done?
Yeah, it's official.
It's official.
It is official.
Activision
so
Blizzard.
do not rely on any Blizzard, like the next Diablo or Overwatch, to be on your PlayStation consoles.
Yeah.
They've already stated no guarantees, which probably means no way.
Yeah. I mean, they're gonna exclusivize anything they can.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
I mean, I guess the only stipulation is they said they pinky promised that Call of Duty would still be on PlayStation for like the next 10 years, but...
Well, imagine the crybabying if it wasn't. Imagine the crybabying.
I mean,
just kidding, Call of Duty players. You would never do that.
Yeah, I mean, like...
You would never.
Sony, like, tried everything they could to, like, stop this merger. But... No slice.
It's like a whole new era of the console wars. I'm kind of excited. Like, what's going to happen? What's going to happen? What if Microsoft pulls some moves and becomes the dominant, main contender? Knocks Sony down a few pegs.
I don't know.
It could get interesting.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, they got Bethesda.
Yeah.
And, which includes,
Bethesda plus Activision plus Blizzard, that's a lot of game space. That's a lot of video game real estate that they own now.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of beloved franchises. So if they exclusivize that to PC and Xbox, the next generation, you might see people hop and ship. If they're like, I gotta have the next Elder Scrolls. Like, there's no option. I gotta have it.
Oh, yeah. There was a bunch, even when the Bethesda thing was announced. I know that swayed quite a few Elder Scrolls diehards to go Xbox from their PlayStations.
Yeah, but I mean, I have no idea like how far along they are with. They just released Starfield. I have no idea how long it's going to take to get the next Elder Scrolls. I think that's their next big thing now that Starfield's out. I think they've turned focus to that to get it finished up. So hopefully, someplace that they actually haven't really started working on it at all because they've been.
Oh, really?
They've been focused on Starfield. But I wouldn't expect Elder Scrolls for quite a bit.
Darn it! Yeah, you got to get used to that other controller, I guess, ahead of time.
The buttons are so confusing. Why is the joystick here?
Speaking of PlayStation trying to keep up, they're releasing the Slim for the holiday season. Smaller PS5 coming with a 1 terabyte storage for PS5, and the PS5 Digital Edition new model provides option to add Ultra HD Blu-ray disc drive to the PS5 Digital Edition. So now that the holidays are coming around, if you still haven't gotten a PS5 and you're looking for one, they've got the Slim and the digital models ready to go. Ready to go for the holidays.
Yeah, and it's like, yeah, okay. I mean, it looks...
I've already got one, so...
It looks a little bit smaller. It doesn't look like that much of a difference.
Yeah, I'm just looking at this picture compared to the one I've got right up here, and it's not that much slimmer.
No.
I can see it. It's noticeable, but it's not a lot.
And then also, people are complaining that, usually when they... drop like a new model of a console, it usually comes with a price drop, and this one doesn't.
Yeah,
it still costs the same.
Maybe after the holidays.
Maybe. I don't know.
The HD Blu-ray disc drive for PS5 will be sold separately for $80, 120 euros. Wow. Oh, and there's a picture of the Blu-ray disc drive. My gosh, what kind of Blu-ray disc drive do they have? Not high def? Is it an ultra high def one?
Right. I think like yeah, you can't play like the HD Blu-rays. They're like special separate Blu-rays
Oh.
that are supposed to be like super high definition. I don't know.
Technology's a mess these days.
I can't remember.
A mess, I tell ya.
I can't remember the last time I bought a Blu-ray movie.
Yeah, I haven't bought a movie on disc in probably more than 10 years now. Not to brag about it, I'm just saying.
Yeah, sounds like you're bragging.
Oh, well, whoops. Whoops. Speaking of bragging, Assassin's Creed Mirage is doing very well. They put out a statement on Twitter, the Assassin's Creed account, thanking everybody. It's been, after it was out for 6 days. This was on the 11th. Thrilled at the love and positivity they've received over the last few weeks. They wanted to thank everybody. They're just telling everybody that the number of players has been phenomenal for them. They're humbled by the positive reception. And it's the biggest new-gen launch in terms of unit sales to date at Ubisoft. Wow. So, their best game ever? This is their best game ever. Or new game. New-gen launch.
Could be.
That's pretty good.
I haven't played Assassin's Creed since Assassin's Creed 4.
People have, in the first week, spent 479 collective years parkouring the rooftops of Baghdad. Wow.
Whoa.
60 million leaps of faith, 1.2 million street cats pet.
I don't like the fact
That's some good stats.
I don't like the fact that they're tracking how many times I pet the cat.
Listen.
Or jump off buildings.
You're in their world, okay? You're in their world. They know what you're up to.
Just know you're being tracked. You're a statistic to them.
Yeah. Oh goodness!
I guess it kind of more harkens back to the original Assassin's Creed trilogy.
Yeah.
And it's not like
and the smaller map size, right?
Yeah, it's a smaller game. Like people say, like you can beat it like within 12 hours or something like that. Whereas like the last trilogy of games were like these huge open world with tons of side missions, and you could spend like 100 hours in those games.
It's interesting they're cutting it down like that, but I'm also, it's like, with the way they do DLCs these days, this probably makes a lot more sense to just put out the base game, and then they can DLC it for the next 5 years. Just pop out another DLC, or like 3 a year, or whatever. Some kind of schedule. Some games do that. I'm thinking Dragon Ball Kakarot, they've been doing season passes with 3 DLCs in the deal. Something like that, though, would be probably not a bad way to do a game like this, and you can just build out the world over time. And 5 years down the road, maybe you have that huge map anyway. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll give it a shot. I really enjoyed like the Assassin's Creed 2, so
yeah,
it'd be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go for it. And we got more. Oh my gosh. Game Rant's not going to let me look at their website without turning off my ad blocker. Hold on. How do I... This page. Refresh it. There, fine. Show me the ads. It is turned off. I can't read this article. Anyway, Unreal Engine's raising its prices again.
Gotcha.
Or no, not again. The other engine. It was Unity that did it before, but Unreal Engine... they're raising their prices, but they're not going to... Did we talk about this last week already? I think we did.
Well, yeah, we talked about Unity.
We did cover this.
Okay. There was a little bit of development, I think.
Well, there was Unity, but no, this was Unreal raising its prices, but we did talk about this last week. This is an old one. There was something with Unity, though. There was something with Unity. Oh, their CEO stepped down. That's what was new this week. Sorry, I got a little mixed up there. Game devs expressed joy over long overdue retirement of Unity CEO Riccitiello? I don't know how to say his name. But yeah, this is after all their price ranges and all the outcry about it. The CEO stepped down. He stepped down and he said, I'm sorry. He said, well, I don't know if he said it. He did apologize for the new fee structure kerfuffle. But then he went ahead and stepped down. Shake up at Unity. I'm telling you, the fallout from these decisions is pretty satisfying to watch. Like, that was Big move they made. And it just didn't work.
Yeah, and they were just like, sorry. We apologize.
Man. Sent waves through the development community, though. Big waves. Let's see. No path forward without removing everyone who had anything to do with it. That's a quote from Lena Van Deventer of Dead Static Drive. Wow. Harsh. That's Unity. What else? I think that does it for video game news that we've got. Oh, but big week coming up this week. We got Spider-Man out this week on PlayStation. While we're still talking video games, we should definitely mention that. And any other big releases that you know of?
I think Spider-Man is going to be the big one. Oh, and the new Super Mario Brothers. Super Mario Brothers Wonder.
Oh, yeah, nice. Okay, new Mario game for the Switch.
That looks fun. Also, Nintendo put out kind of a funny little video. I'll see if I can look it up and I'll put it in the Discord. But it's of Bowser, and he's like giving a flower to Peach. But then Peach, she uses the new like elephant power up, and she turns into an elephant. And like Bowser's jaw drops.
Oh boy.
Let me see if I can find it.
Ridiculous. I found a list of what's coming out for video games in the next week. We got Growth on PC. There's a SpongeBob SquarePants game coming for PlayStation and Xbox on October 16th. Cyber Knights. We got Diablo 4 Season 2 starting up on October 17th for you Diablo heads. Legend Creatures 2 on PC on the 17th. Sonic Superstars on the 17th. Alaskan Road Truckers the next day. Also the 7th Guest VR Agatha Christie Murder on the Orient Express. They made a game out of that. There's Animal Hospital coming on October 19th. Also, what else? Quite a few others. Big list. Yeah, there's Spider-Man on the 20th and Super Mario Brothers Wonder also on the 20th. Great. Oh, City Skylines 2 on the 24th. That one is what I'm looking forward to.
Oh, nice.
Great.
Gonna get the cities going again.
And Lord of the Rings Return to Moria coming on the 24th as well. I just heard about this the other day. It's a new Lord of the Rings game.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like based on the dwarves. You play the dwarves. Oh, look. Here's a little trailer on their website. Can I unmute this? Let's check out this trailer.
With hammer and axe we mine and sculpt. Across Middle Earth, delving for riches.
Hopefully this will be better than the Gollum game.
Treasure remains out of our reach. Moria.
Yeah, that Gollum game did not do well. This looks pretty cool, though.
Yeah, it looks. It's kind of like a base builder type game where I guess the story is it takes place like after the war, and it's like the dwarves are retaking Moria back.
Yeah.
But
could be good.
Still some monsters about that you got to fight.
Yeah, watch out for monsters. Cool. So that's what's coming out this week.
Yeah, kind of.
Just so everybody's in the know.
Also gives me vibes of that. What was that one game where you're like a space dwarf and you're a miner? You just like go into these catacombs.
Deep Rock Galactic or something?
Yeah, Deep Rock Galactic. That's right.
Yeah, I've heard of that one.
I played a little bit of that one. That one's kind of it was all right. It's fun. It's
Nice.
It's very much like multiplayer reliant though. You got to have teammates.
These graphics on Return to Moria look about 15 years old though. They don't look. This doesn't look like a new game.
Who's the developer?
Good question.
'Cause it seems like
Free Range Games, North Beach Games, and ME Middle Earth.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it seems like
I've not heard of them.
It seems like the license on Lord of the Rings is just like wild and everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah. The estate is loosening the strings.
Well, yeah, because
or whatever.
I think all the Tolkien's kids are passed away, and so
yeah,
the state can do whatever it wants with the property, I guess. You know.
Richard's excited for City Skylines 2 as well. Oh yeah, that's gonna be fun. That's gonna be fun.
Oh,
I think I might try to do a stream of Spider-Man and then City Skylines after I get through Spider-Man.
Oh, I dropped that that video in the Discord. You should play that.
Oh, excellent. Let me pull that up. Ridiculous. He's just being nice. Just being nice, Peach. Oh my god.
Now he's like, oh man.
Yeah.
Now I really want you, honey.
Oh, goodness sakes.
Bowser likes him big.
Yep.
People were
That's
saying,
Bowser's thing, man.
yeah, people were saying like maybe this is Bowser's awakening. Now maybe he'll be like, you know what, Peach, you're fine, but I need a lady with, you know, a little more curve. You know what I mean?
How do the genetics work in that world anyway? You know, who can reproduce with who?
We still don't know who Bowser Jr.'s mom is.
Oh yeah.
Did Bowser just reproduce asexually? Did he just lay an egg one day?
Maybe. Could have been. Who knows?
Yeah, it's best not to think about that kind of thing when it comes to Mario. The more you think about
I try
it,
not to.
The more questions pop up. Like, so Yoshi, boy or girl? He lays eggs, but I think they usually refer to him as a he.
Well, let's see. Let's see what the internet says. Oh, what happened? Yoshi, male or female? And it's sending me images of Yoshi. Oh, he's neither. I mean, they are neither.
Oh, okay.
Yoshi is neither male nor female, according to this search result. Reproduces asexually, meaning they reproduce without a mate. All Yoshis are shown to lay eggs, though not all are used for reproduction. Even though Yoshis lay eggs, they are referred to using gender-neutral pronouns. Oh, Shigeru Miyamoto has publicly stated that he is unsure if Yoshi is a boy or a girl. So there you go.
Well, he is the number one source. So
even Miyamoto doesn't know.
Whatever he says goes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Glad we solved that.
During the strike, I had no idea that Fran Drescher was the head of SAG. I had no idea. Yeah.
Sure is. Yeah, should we talk about the strike?
Sure.
Talk's not going great for the SAG-AFTRA Guild. Fran Drescher said she was shocked after studio heads abruptly walked out of negotiations. This was reported back on October 13th. After 5 days of talks between them fell apart. Drescher is the president of SAG-AFTRA, representing more than 100,000 actors. Said in an interview with the Today Show that the Alliance of Motion Picture and Television Producers, known as AMPTP, failed to counter union proposals regarding artificial intelligence protections and residuals from streaming. The studios are not playing friggin' ball, man. They're just not playing ball.
Yikes.
Drescher says they can't go back to the way things were. It's unsustainable, and my members can no longer make a living on this new and unprecedented streaming platform with the old structure of payment. And they are going to have to accept that reality. They are going to have to accept that reality, I think is what she meant. Anyway, so yeah, talks kind of fell apart this week. Still no resolution. The actors are still on strike. As of the time of recording, I believe they are. SAG-AFTRA strike. Any news? I haven't actually looked in a couple days. No, yeah. They're still in talks. Still happening. Looks bleaker after talks breakdown. That's the latest news, is all those breakdowns the other day. Come on, studios. Pay people and stop trying to make everybody an AI robot, okay? Come on, you studio guys. I know you're watching.
Yeah. I was reading an article that was saying, like, they already tried this tactic with the Writers Guild. Basically trying to see if they can starve out SAG. by just like
Yeah.
not even like talking to them. But that didn't work with the Writers Guild. So you know, I don't think SAG's gonna budge because of. I mean, they already you know gave into you know the writers' demand. So why shouldn't they do it with the actors? They can't just like not say like no deal. We're not even going to talk to you guys.
Yeah, I mean, well, apparently they can just get up and walk out if they feel like it. I don't know. It's weird. It's a weird business, and it's a weird, I don't know, equilibrium they've got going on over there.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
I'm tired of seeing record profits, record profits, record profits. Our employees can't afford their houses and food. You know? It sucks. So I hope they get what's coming to them, because it sets a lot of precedent, too. If the actors get successful on this strike, it can snowball through to other industries as well. It has in the past. So hopefully something soon. Plus, then they can start making movies again.
Yeah,
Crying out loud.
Yeah, I mean, we're I think definitely in the new year, everyone's gonna like realize like we're gonna face like a you know like a period of you know nothing new happening, nothing new coming out because last year everyone was striking. So
yeah, movie drought. Gonna stink. Plus, Daredevil was like 3 days from finished filming or something. I mean, no, Deadpool. Sorry, not Daredevil. Deadpool.
Oh right, yeah.
Yeah, I want to see me some Hugh Jackman in that Wolverine costume on the big screen. Okay.
Yeah, that should be sick. That'll be another keystone movie for the Marvelverse.
Yeah. It's probably. I hope it's just great and hilarious what they do with that one. I'm looking forward to it.
Bringing in Deadpool and the X-Men into MCU.
Yeah. They got to finish filming it.
Yeah, there are even rumors that like that's probably where they'll debut like who is going to be the new Wolverine.
I'm sure. If
like Hugh Jackman if this is going to be like the last time he does it, then they're going to bring in someone new.
I feel like it's practically has to be like a passing of the torch movie for that.
People were saying that it should be Daniel Radcliffe.
I would not complain. I think he could pull it off.
Yeah.
Daniel Radcliffe is fantastic.
I'd love to see him as like Buff and Harry. Buff and Harry, get it, Harry? Because he was a Harry Potter.
Harry Potter. Exactly.
Yeah, no, he's great in everything he does. In fact, I was watching just a weird little blurb on Instagram talking about Daniel Radcliffe and like how he like almost was never going to be an actor because his parents don't want him to be an actor.
Oh wow!
But I guess like the producers of Harry Potter like saw him in this play, and they were like, "Oh, we got to get this kid to audition for Harry Potter. He's perfect."
I got some Daniel Radcliffe concept art as Wolverine on screen for you if you want to take a look.
Oh, nice.
People have definitely been imagining this shit online. I like this one. Give him that cigar. What do you think, chat? Daniel Radcliffe for Wolverine? You think he could do it?
Yeah, he could do like, "Oi, Bob."
British Wolverine?
He's like from the Victorian era, so I could buy him with an accent. But I think Daniel Radcliffe does a pretty good American accent anyways.
Oh man, we got Keanu Reeves as Wolverine image concept art. That would be something. That would be something.
I see Jon Snow Wolverine.
Yeah, Kit Harington.
We like go up.
He could pull it off too. Kit Harington would probably work.
Go up to Professor Xavier, be like, "I don't want it. I don't want it."
Oh, Sandra Bullock endorsed Daniel Radcliffe for the MCU's Wolverine. Wow.
Oh well, you got to listen to Sandy.
Yeah, she's always listen to Sandra.
She's always a great judge of character.
That could be something. I don't know. Figure it out, Hollywood. What else in Hollywood? Oh, Stephen King's Christine is getting a big screen reboot.
Ooh.
From Brian Fuller, attached to make his feature directing debut with this one. He's done Hannibal and Star Trek Discovery, among other shows. Oh, and American Gods and Pushing Daisies, among Brian Fuller's credits.
Wow.
Christine is the story about a haunted car who turns a kid into the former owner of the car, kind of, and just makes him go nuts and start killing people. So.
yeah. Like all of Stephen King's stories, that it's really wacky, but really good though. Yeah, man.
There was a film in '83 based on the same work, Christine.
Yeah.
Directed by John Carpenter, none other than John Carpenter. So there you go.
Yeah, and I can't believe Brian Fuller's he hasn't directed a movie.
Yeah, he's been pretty prolific. And Hannibal was a fantastic series.
His TV stuff, but never movies. Oh, good for him.
Yeah. He's moving on up.
Moving on up. People like the new Trek, though.
That's right.
And Hannibal was really good, too. With Mads Mikkelsen.
Yeah. So that's movie news. We did have a couple of trailers. There's this one, Iron Claw.
Ever since I was a child,
I don't know if you watched these. It's Zac Efron playing a pro wrestler based on a true story, and it's an A24 production. Zac Efron's gone through another big body transformation for this role. He looks just stacked. He's got that old, 80s era pro wrestler build going on, where it's real barrel-chested, barrel-bellied, and big arms,
Wow. Yeah, he was kind of like lean and mean in the Baywatch reboot, but I guess now he's even bigger in this one. You're telling me?
He's bigger, yeah. He's widened out. Yeah. Another body transformation. It's impressive what this guy goes through for his craft, man. I never watched High School Musical or any of those when he first broke into the scene, but I've been watching him since in lots of things, and he's an interesting actor to see. It's been interesting to watch him over the years. This one looks pretty good. Plus A24 Productions. They've been knocking it out of the park lately.
Wow.
Everything Everywhere All at Once recently, among others. It should be good.
This looks good.
Yeah.
Gives me
And based on a true story, too. I'm not sure which wrestler this is based on.
Oh.
I suppose I should probably look.
Kind of gives
I'm
me
going to look that up real quick.
the vibes of The Wrestler with Mickey Rourke.
Yeah, it feels
that
like
one?
one of those types. Yeah, it was a good one. That was a really good one. Based on who? The Von Erich family. Okay. And Fritz, Doris, and their 4 sons, Kevin, Carrie, David, and Mike. Alright, I'm not familiar with the Von Erich family from wrestling either. But that's who it's based on.
Harry Von Erich. I'm sure wrestler fans probably know who this guy is.
Yeah. Anyway, that's one of the new trailers we had this week to take a look at. Also, there was a second trailer for Wonka.
Everybody loves Hugh Grant. He's never a bummer. Plus, it was
I
He was
guess.
in the Paddington movies, which is from the same director.
Oh.
So I'm sure them are buddies.
Goodness.
He was great in the Dungeons and Dragons movie. I thought he played.
Yeah, that one was fun.
He played a
That
hilarious
one was
villain.
fun. Yeah. Yeah, that went pretty well. I'll give you that one. I think that covers our list of news from the week in the Discord. I think that's it. Was there anything else you wanted to talk about? AC Gamer? Chat? Anybody?
Let's see. Let me shoot you over one more trailer,
Oh, sure.
and it has to do with something we were talking about before.
Oh, sure.
Boom.
I see it. Oh, nice. Okay. Video game trailer stuff. Let's go for it. Mortal Kombat 1's first DLC fighter, Omni-Man.
Maybe it's too bloody. Maybe we shouldn't play it actually then.
Let's skip it. But there is a trailer out there. Link's in the Discord if you want to watch it.
Yeah, all you adults, all you consenting adults can go watch it because I'm sure there's lots of blood and gore. Because it is Mortal Kombat.
Yeah. Totally. Well, great. That'll wrap us up then. What have you been What have you been playing and watching? Did we cover? We covered watching, but what have you been playing?
I am just waist deep in Baldur's Gate 3 town. Still going along.
Nice.
Such a big story, and I kind of have myself to blame because I had a playthrough that I was going through, and basically messed it up. There's like a huge story quest that I unknowingly fumbled, and it was
whoops.
not the result I wanted. And I hadn't been as diligent as in saving that I should have been, so that I really couldn't go back without erasing huge chunks of time in my game. So so obviously the solution was just to start over.
Sometimes that's what it takes.
And make a brand new character, because I had wanted to make a new character, and you can re-roll your character and like change your class and everything, but it just takes so much money and time to get all the spells and equipment that you want. So I kind of just wanted to restart it, and actually those few initial hours in the game kind of like go by like super quick, because you already know what you're going to do and how people react and all this stuff, so you can like mostly skip over the dialogue.
Oh yeah.
So it only took me a few hours to basically get back to where I was.
Well, excellent.
Yeah, that, and then also Mortal Kombat as well. I'll log on there. It's nice because the more you play, the more they reward you with like new gear and costumes for all the characters that you play. So the more you play Scorpion, the more Scorpion stuff you unlock.
Have you played Omni-Man yet, or he's not out yet? He's coming soon.
I don't think he's out, and I haven't bought the DLC. I might get the DLC.
Oh, gotcha.
I might get the DLC when all the characters are out. That way.
Yeah.
Because there's still a ton of fighters that I like playing, and
man, those Injustice games really just open the door for Mortal Kombat to straight up put superheroes right in there anytime they want.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It's pretty impressive.
And then another game that I picked up on a whim is called what is it called? My Hero Ultra Rumble, which is
it based on the anime My Hero Academia?
It sure is. And
wow!
It's basically a battle royale of that game, and so yeah, you choose a character and you're put on a team with 2 other players, and yeah, it's a battle royale. You basically got to be last team standing.
Nice,
but it's pretty unique because all the different characters have different powers, and like unlike other like battle royales where you're like running around looking for weapons and ammo, you get like these power-up cards that like enhance your individual powers. So that's usually you're like running around looking at opening chests, and then you get like a power-up card that like levels up your, basically like you get like a long range attack, an AoE attack, and kind of like a dash, like a escape attack, but they're all different. They work in different ways. And yeah, if you're a fan of the anime, they got all the characters, and it's pretty fun. I pick it up and play a few matches in it because it's free.
Is that on PlayStation? Junior's into the anime. I've never watched it.
Yeah, it's on PS5, and it's free to play.
Oh, nice.
And
I'll have to let him know.
They got they do have microtransactions, but you don't like.
Yeah.
They give you lots of free goodies in the beginning,
Nice.
Which is how that works. All those games work to get you hooked.
Yeah, that's how they get you. First one's free, man. First costume's free.
That's right. But no, yeah, it's really fun. You can just go in there, play a few matches for a few minutes, and then I'll put it down.
Excellent.
But yeah, that's what I've been playing. What about you, sir?
Oh, I've been playing still the Miniverse games, Mini Metro and Mini Motorways. Just raking in the achievements on there. It's going real well. I'm getting close to, I'm down to like just over 30 achievements in each game left to go. It's all based on getting the most rides to the most, in each different city. Get this many rides to somewhere. So that's going well. That's all I've been really doing. I had a big certification test that I had to pass, so I've been doing a lot of studying the last couple weeks. playing less games than usual. But that's all done now, and I passed that test, so I'm really looking forward to probably Spider-Man 2 next. I think I'm going to play the hell out of that on stream. And then City Skylines 2 also, happening on the same day. But I'm feeling like I'm going to focus up on Spider-Man 2 and beat the main storyline of that, and then probably dig into City Skylines 2. That's going to be fun.
Nice. Yeah, Spider-Man's going to be awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be... I'm looking forward to that a lot. The first one was great. Miles Morales DLC/sequel was great. And I have high hopes for this one.
Yeah. I want to know like what new villains they bring in, because we know from the trailers it's going to be Kraven and Venom.
And Venom, yeah.
And the Lizard, but I'm sure they're going to have more. They're going to have some surprises.
Oh, I can't wait to see what surprises. Plus, they're working on that Wolverine game. The same company, Insomniac. They're making a Wolverine game, so
right. I forgot about that.
I'm not holding my breath, but I'm definitely going to be keeping my eyes out.
Oh man, we'll see. I
think it'd be great, even if he just shows up and fights against Spider-Man for like one fight scene and then runs off. It's like a little tie into his game. I'll be over here. I'll take it.
Yeah, I wonder if they'll like rope in any more like Avengers, because we do know like the Avengers are in that universe.
Yeah,
because there's the Avengers Tower in New York that you can swing by, and there's also like you can see the Doctor Strange's Sanctum.
Yeah,
and I can't remember. Was there the Baxter Building in there?
I don't remember if that was in there, but also Daredevil's law firm.
Oh yeah, you can go see.
Matt Murdock's law firm is in there.
Yeah.
I don't remember seeing the Baxter Building, come to think of it. I think they did reference the Fantastic Four somewhere in that game, but I don't know if it was the building.
Right.
I think there was a reference to them.
You can also see, you can swing by Luke Cage and Iron Fist Heroes for Hire office. Yeah, it's so funny how like New York has supposedly all these superheroes, but you never run into them when you're swinging around.
Yeah. I think one would shoot an energy blast somewhere.
I think he makes like a comment about like when you're at the Avengers Tower, Peter is just like, man, the Avengers sure could help, but they're on the West Coast doing something.
Yeah, that was a reference to the Marvel's Avengers game, wasn't it? That just stopped getting service.
Oh yeah, I think so, maybe.
I think because they released in a window around each other, that I think that was what they were supposed to be referencing as the events of the main story of that.
I don't think that. I think those are two different universes.
Yeah.
Because they have their own Spider-Man in that one.
Yeah. Yeah, who knows?
Who knows?
We'll see. This week on the 24th, we'll find out.
That's right.
We'll find out.
We'll find out.
Well, excellent. I think that wraps us up, sir.
I think it does.
Alrighty. Well, thanks everybody for joining us for Jolt this week, October 15th. Feel free to leave a comment if you're watching in the future about anything we covered, and of course, join us in the Discord to join the conversation during the week when we're not streaming, so you can be part of that too, you know? And hit the like button, why don't you? If you're watching on YouTube, feel free to hit the like button. I like it when that happens. AC Gamer, any final thoughts and parting wisdom for us?
I love you.
He loves you, and I'm a fan also. Thanks everybody for joining. Thanks Richard for the links in the chat. We will catch you in the next one, and probably I will see you on my channel this week for some Spider-Man after the 24th. I guess that's not for another... When's the 24th? That's next week, technically. It's a week from Tuesday. So I'm a little ahead of myself on that. We'll have another Jolt before Spider-Man, I suppose. Okay, thanks everybody. Bye-bye.
Our big hype. Bye-bye.
Yeah.